let's follow this through. When stuff starts downloading, I have to talk about it. So the literal realm is the litter of the spirit realm. The spirit realm is what? Your mind. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Your mind, your heart, and your mind is the spirit realm. And so the offspring is the litter, right? The cat has a litter. It's the offspring. So the offspring of your mind actually plays out in front of you in 3D. Your mind. This is really easy to understand. If you can get this, you got it. If you can get this, you can see the hologram, really. Just like a cat has babies, and they call it a litter. And just like the law says, do not litter. Why are they using the word litter? Because litter comes from the earth. It came from the earth. They're throwing it back in the earth. Do not litter has a deeper meaning. You can't put the litter back in the womb. It's probably the meaning behind do not litter. If you put the litter back in the womb, instead of burning up, or instead of being useful, you can't do it. You can't put the cat's litter back in the womb. You can't do it. It's impossible. So that's why it says do not litter on the highway. Anyway, so your thoughts are spirit, your heart is spirit. Your heart is probably higher than your thoughts. We know thoughts are at least 5D spirit. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind. But the heart is probably even higher than that. I had to think about it. Actually, the heart is the artwork of God. His art. He art. So the heart is the artwork. The mind is the spirit. And so it's like a feedback loop. So right in front of you, the story's playing out based on your heart and your mind. And so this feedback loop that you're in is a reflecting pond. You reflect on stuff that happens. Something's reflecting. Stuff reflects back, right? I was just thinking about that. Oh, I invented that, and then I thought about that invention, and somebody invented it. Oh, I was thinking about it, and a movie talked about it. It showed up in the series when I was watching the series. Why? Because it's a piece of your thought. If you really want to know how to read minds, it's really easy. Everybody's thoughts playing back as a story in their life, and you might not read the whole mind, but you can see pieces of it. And if you take it long enough, if you take the pieces of the story long enough, you can actually see the person's mind set. The mind set. And if you know a person's mind set, then you already know what they're thinking. I'm not saying I've done it. I'm not saying to do it. I'm not saying it's healthy to do it. Because if you really want to, see, a lot of people say, I want to read minds. I want to be a mind reader. Well, really? Are you sure? Because when you really get to that point, you're going to see some stuff you don't want to see, and your heart's going to be turned and squeezed. I mean, God don't even look on sin. If you looked on people's sin and their mind, it'd probably destroy you. I worked with a phone company one time, and you'd work on the house, you'd have to go back, tie into the phone line and call in. Sometimes you tie in, they already picked up the phone, so you gotta wait. So you hold the phone, you're waiting, and they're talking, and they say, and you did a good job, you were nice, you were courteous. Then they call somebody up on the phone. He was bad. He didn't know what he was doing. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, what? Before I left, you said everything was okay. It wasn't that I was eavesdropping. But the good thing about it is, by going through that experience with the phone company, I could see the evil in everybody else, which allowed me to see, it's like it was about destroyed me. But then I turned it around and said, well, have I done that? Have I thought that? Have I said that? Have I acted that way? And maybe not all of it, but some of it. Did I throw somebody under the bus? Have you ever thrown anybody under the bus? And it's like, oh, you don't know their motive. You don't know why they're saying it. Usually they're trying to say it to somebody to get compassion, or somebody, they had something else they were doing and they were being questioned, so they had to blame it on somebody else. Who knows why they said what they said, but as I look back, it was a good experience, because it was a season of a few months where I was like, I knew I shouldn't hang on that line too long, but by doing it, I was able to see behind the scene that the heart's deceitfully wicked. Who can know it? But that's true for everybody's heart. So I knew enough Bible to say, okay, well, if all these people are pure, sick, and evil, and liars, then I must be a liar, because the Bible says that all man. So when you see your own sin, here's the deal. If you see your own sin or other people's sin to the depth that it really is, it almost destroys you. So God allowed me to slowly see how sinful the human heart was, including my own, and then I was able to get free. But what it did is it dropped me down to the end of myself, And so really, I don't know if you really want to read minds, to be honest with you. I don't even want to know if you want to read a piece of their mind. I'll give you a piece of my mind. You don't want a piece of their mind, because it's usually corrupt. And so, since we're in this vein, in this avenue of discussion, the person who doesn't realize they're a sinner, those people can't be saved. It's hard to be saved if you don't admit that your sin stinks to the high heaven. And I mean, really stinks to. God can't even look on it. I mean, think about it. God's Son had to die for how evil you are. How evil I am in the old Adam. Now, once you get saved, you know that the old Adam is not who you are anymore, but it still tries to come up out of the grave. It's dead, but you can fall into patterns. You got to be careful. This is a real battle, people. And the battle never ends. But the reason is that, you get better at the game. The reason the game never ends is because the devil's always trying to pull you back to an old memory that's not even real. See, the devil's system is all lies. The flesh mind is it's not even real. So what's the devil? The devil's the father of lies. He's a murderer. And lies are fake reality. So the devil's always trying to pull you into some kind of gaslighting reality that's not even real. I want you to really think about what I'm saying. If a narcissist is gaslighting you and lying and putting a reality that's on you, trying to project a reality on you in front of others or yourself or whatever, and it's not even real, the reality's not real because they're gaslighting, which is what? Lies. And so they're gaslighting you and everybody else for their own recognition, to tear you down, to build themselves up. And so the gaslighting is fake reality, and so it's not even real, but people believe it and they get mad and they do stuff they shouldn't be doing based on a fake reality. So lies are fake reality, and when you're in fake reality, that's where paranoia, all kinds of crazy stuff comes in, and that's where the trouble comes. But if you're in truth and love, it's peace. So let's think about this for a second. Every choice should be a healthy choice. Every conversation should be a healthy conversation. Every interaction, every relationship, everything that you do should be healthy. And if it's not healthy, why? You have to ask yourself why. Why is it not healthy? Who brainwashed us to not do healthy stuff? Was it our bloodline? Was it our culture? Was it the Budweiser commercials? Was it the smoking commercials? Was it the movies? Was it Hollywood? Who brainwashed us not to do healthy stuff? Was it the internet? Was it advertisements? Was it right there at the grocery store, right there at your eye gate? As soon as you look out in front of you, there's the bad food. If you look down or look up, you see the good food. You have to ask yourself, why are you making unhealthy choices? I've come to the conclusion, I would rather not eat than eat something unhealthy. I've come to that conclusion. If you can get there, if anybody, if I can, look, I eat McDonald's and Coke my whole life. If I can shift over to that, anybody can. Coca-Cola and a cheeseburger. I could go right. I'd like to go right now and get a Coke and a cheeseburger, but I know. I mean, I don't want to, but I'm saying the old me would want to. But actually, what happens is when you cut back sugar, the Coca-Colas don't taste the same anymore. It tastes terrible. The sugar, when you eat something with sugar, you can actually taste the sugar. It tastes like death. It really does. When you go no sugar and you eat something sugary, it's like, what did I eat that for? I had I needed some magnesium. I had some kind of pain in my calf one day at work. Somebody says, here, have a eat this sweet potato. And I didn't really like to eat potatoes, but I did eat sweet potato, and the sweet potato tasted really sweet. Now before, a sweet potato didn't taste sweet when I was eating sugar. But the food tastes better, everything's better. Everything's completely just 100% better. Everything tastes better. You feel better. You feel 20 years younger. You can work 12, 14, 18-hour days if you wanted to. You're just not tired. You're not hungry. You're not tired. You got to replace it with some coconut oil and MCT oil. You're not tired. There's no pain. There's no inflammation. I mean, it's just gone. It's completely just gone. It's just hard to believe. It's like we've been lied to our whole life. And then when you study narcissism and you realize there's people around you that are narcissists, not healthy, and it's like, why do you put up with it? Why do you put up with narcissistic people? If it's an unhealthy job, why do you stay there? There's 1,000 jobs out there. Go get another job. If a job is unhealthy, why stay? If it's mentally unhealthy, stress, killing you, why stay? Why stay in an unhealthy job? It just don't add up. Somebody's brainwashed these people. We've been brainwashed. Sometimes you have to sacrifice some stuff, you know. There's times you have to sacrifice, but I'm picking up something at the Walmart, so let me cut this off. I just told the lady at the register, at the waitress, when I sat down, I was really in the middle of sending a text and uploading some stuff, and she was talking, and she looked at, I wasn't really paying attention to her. I just said, yeah, I was in the middle of something. And at the end, I said, look, I wasn't trying to be rude or ignore you or anything. I said, after you do something 1,000 times, you already know what's going to happen. I already know what the waitress is going to do before they do it, just like you know what the guests are going to do before they do it. And I said, the purpose of it is it's a training program. And this is a young girl. She's like 18 or something. I said, the purpose of it is this, life just repeats to teach you how to become a better person. I said, it's a simulation, and it teaches you how to be a better person. And she said, I believe that. She said, that makes sense. Really? I'm in shock. I'm in shock. And the reason I'm in shock is because it took me a year of studying every time travel movie. I watched every time travel movie that I could find. I mean, movies you hadn't even heard of. And I kept watching them over and over. I said, there's got to be a deeper truth to this. And it started to click. I didn't even like the actor in Groundhog Day. I didn't like him. But the Groundhog Day was one of them. Live, Die, Repeat was the other one. There was a few more that were just top-notch time travel movies that explained it. And what it is, time is not linear. Every day's the same. Nothing outside changes. Look out your front door. The same tree was there yesterday. So what changed? The tree's still out there that you looked at yesterday. The driveway's still out there. So what changed? What changed? The outside didn't change. You changed on the inside. You changed. You either got better or you got worse. When you went through that divorce, you either got better or you got worse. And if you got worse, eventually you got better, because if you're called by God, He's going to use the bad. He's going to take the evil and turn it for good. What the devil meant for evil, God turns for good. So whether it's a bad marriage, whether it's a health issue, whatever it is, God turns it around and He turns it over and He turns it for good. And the reason is, the whole purpose of this repeat simulation is the sanctification process. And if you allow the sanctification process to take place, and you go with the flow of the sanctification, you become a better person. Now, you can fight against it, but you notice what happened on Groundhog Day. He could do evil, and he would show right back up. He could do he could chase skirts. It all got boring. It all became, the evil became monotonous. So what he finally concluded is, I'll be a better person to help other people. I'll be a better person to help others. The gist of the time travel movies, if you realize, hey, look what I'm in. Here's how you take the time travel movies and apply it to your life. Okay, so you get up the next day. You can be all miserable and hateful and hate your job and hate your spouse or hate your kids or hate your neighbor. Or you can get up and say, I'm going to improve myself so I can help other people. It's unlimited cycles. You can get up each day and learn how to eat right. You can get up each day, learn how to talk right, learn how to speak right, learn how to do anything, because it's a repeat cycle. Why not use the repeat and gain and benefit from it, and then benefit others? It's so easy. It makes total sense, people. So the gist of it is, I was shocked that she said I believe that, because she's 18. See the drama, the distractions, the pain, the MK Ultra, the mind control, the trauma bonds, all that's to keep you from seeing what I just said. The draconian system, the Draco Ma, under law, the letter killeth, trauma, debt, abuse, worry, whatever it is that's bothering you, is to keep you blind to the fact that every day is a repeat and you can actually use it for your benefit. Do an experiment. Just gaze upon something. I don't care what it is. Just gaze upon it. Now, gaze upon it for about 7 seconds. Whether it's an image, whether it's a word, whether it's a picture, whether it's whatever it is, just gaze upon it. And stay aware. Write it down, put it in your pocket, and stay awake, stay aware for 24 hours. And see if it don't reflect back. Usually it reflects back within a few hours. But you got to be aware. You got to do these experiments. If you really want to wake up, you got to do the experiments. The university is the universe. The story of the cross is playing out right in front of you. It's the repeat story. And the purpose of the repeat is just like Groundhog Day, to make you a better person on the inside so you can help others. Not to hurt others. Not to use other people, but to help other people. It's so obvious, it's so clear, it's so right in your face. If an 18-year-old waitress can hear what I said in a split second, she said, I believe that. Every day repeats to teach us to be better people. She said, I believe that. If she can see it, you can see it. If I can see it, you can see it. Go watch that movie again. Any time travel movie. Watch how they became better people. Watch how any show the main character learns to overcome. They fight their inner demons and they overcome it. Doesn't matter what show it is. The Jessica Jones series, same thing. The script writers can't come up with anything new because the series is actually based on the cross. Yeah, there's going to be an evil person out there. Jessica Jones became a better person. She had to fight off Kilgrave. Kilgrave, notice his name is Kilgrave. Grave, kill, evil. There's always an evil side. There's a good character, there's an evil. But notice Wile E. Coyote always fails. And Roadrunner always rises up above. If they wanted to reboot the Jessica Jones series, they should reboot it in an alternate universe where Jessica Jones becomes Kilgrave and Kilgrave becomes her. That's what they ought to do. They can't. I don't think they've rewritten it yet because they can't think of anything. They ought to just flip the roles in an alternate universe. There you go, script writers. Time to reboot. But notice it'll be the same story. It doesn't matter who the character, it doesn't matter who Wile E. Coyote is. It doesn't matter who Roadrunner is. You can flip the script, but it's still the same story. It's still the same story. So you can go to a football game and you got red versus blue. Cowboys versus Redskins. They changed their uniform. One says, here, you take our red shirts and we'll take your blue shirts. And it's the same story. It repeats. It repeats. And it becomes monotonous unless you realize you can use it for your betterment. To rise up. And not just to be selfish rising up, but to help other people rise up. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can anybody hear me? I think some people might be able to hear me this time. If an 18-year-old waitress can hear me, people should be able to hear this. The objects are object lessons, but they're also derivatives of the spirit realm, and the purpose of them, things that you face in life, hit your five senses to bring you back to your senses. And what does that mean? It means to move you from the flesh mind to the spirit mind. Every day's the same. It's just a birthing cycle to move you to the new mind, from the old Adam to the new Adam, from the old Eve to the new Eve. That's what's happening. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think I'm right. In this befallen time repeat cycle system, where every day's the same, nothing new under the sun, Wouldn't it be better to be addicted to something healthy than to be addicted to something unhealthy? And if you think about it, if we're addicted to something unhealthy, somewhere deep down, we either hate ourselves, or we love death, or we've been programmed or mind controlled or abused or something. But if you start being addicted to health, you're changing the program. In other words, instead of doing something unhealthy at that moment, whatever it is, even a thought, it could be a thought. Thoughts are addictive. Instead of having an addictive thought to the negative side, why not have a thought to the positive side? Why not be addicted to the word? Why not be addicted to the truth? Why not be addicted to reality? The truth is reality. The lies are, death and lies are the anti-reality. The truth is reality. Tell me if I'm wrong. Addicted to health. When you sweat, it's healthy. When you exercise, it's healthy. When you move around, it's healthy. When you lay in the bed for a long time, it's not healthy. Unless you just need to rest, But I'm just talking about being lazy. We're born into a death cult. This is a death cult. It's hard to break the program because that's what you're born in. But everything around you is the death cult. I mean, people cursing, people getting mad at each other, shooting each other, road rage, over stupid stuff. They're not going to get there any faster. Why are they? Think about road rage. They're trying to get to work or trying to get somewhere really fast. Somebody gets in their way and they get mad. Or somebody's tailgating somebody for no reason. What is that about? They're trying to get to a destination because they're trying to achieve a goal, and they end up shooting somebody, and they lose their whole destinies to completely destroyed. Do you understand? That logic, that's not even logic. That's insanity. The destiny they're trying to reach, they get mad and tailgate somebody and try to destroy them because they're blocking their destiny, but they end up destroying themselves because they're not ever going to get to the destiny after that. The logic makes no sense. Their logic is, everybody else is in my way. You're in my way, get out of my way. But the reality is, the truth behind that is, this is what I'm talking about. Tell yourself the truth. Is that person in front of you your enemy? Let's just think about road rage. No, that person in front of you is not your enemy. It's just another mirror image of a you that an alternate universe you, because they made different decisions. We all came from the same source, but everybody makes a different decision. And so I just saw somebody just now. She's looked over like she was mad because somebody was in her way. See, that mindset is selfish. Me, I'm the only one that counts. My goal is the only goal that matters. Nobody else's goal matters. Nobody else's drive matters. My stuff's more important than everybody else's, which is a lie. Pieces of the pie, pieces of the whole pie, thinking that they're the whole. Corporations do it too. Corporations should be in business to serve others, serve employees, give somebody a job, serve the community, give people something to do, grow the country, but the corporations turned it into just money, 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 money. Do you understand? This is why I've come to the conclusion I think I'm only going to invest in companies that have a good worldview. Find out what their worldview is. Might even drive over, talk to the employees. Hey, do these people treat you right? Yeah, they're good people. I'm going to invest in this company. Just go to the company and say, to the employees, do they treat you right? Yeah, they treat us really good. All right, I'll invest in this one. You see what I'm saying? Invest in healthy companies. Invest in health. Mind, body, soul, spirit. Invest in something healthy, not something unhealthy. A healthy mind, a healthy soul. The Bible says whoredom, wine, and new wine take away the heart. So why are people getting drunk? They've been brainwashed by the system. It's right there on the Bible, in the book of Hosea. Whoredom, wine, and new wine take away your heart. So do you want a healthy heart? And I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about a good heart. You would think everybody would want a good heart. But the drinking, the drugging, the running the streets, all that takes away your heart. Takes away your mind and your heart and your soul. For real. Why would you do something that's not healthy? It's a death cult. It's a death wish. It's a spiral downward. Why do spiral downward stuff? Don't make sense. And it's really common sense. You don't have to be a deep thinker to hear what I'm saying. You already know it. Why are you doing something unhealthy? Why are you not doing healthy stuff? Why is everything you're doing, every choice you make is unhealthy? You got to ask yourself, you can't blame anybody else. It's you. You're doing it. Why? And you can't blame it on the food prices, because if you fast, if you skip a meal, let's say you eat 2 or 3 meals a day and you don't eat snacks, it's actually cheaper. You can eat eggs and liver pudding, and that's the healthiest meal out there. Those are superfoods. Some dark chocolates, $2. Eat a piece of that every day. Some chicken. Chicken's cheap. It's a choice. It's a choice. We choose, like right now, on my way to work. If I don't have an option to eat something that's decent, I just don't eat. I'll go at lunch, get some eggs and bacon at lunch. If all I have is a McDonald's piece of plastic, why eat? It's only destroying me. It's not helping me. If I go without eating, I'm healing my body, because fasting heals your body. Seriously. If you get addicted to healthy food, you don't go back, because you feel so much better. Why would you go back to feeling sick? Do you know what I'm saying? If you get addicted to eating healthy, drinking healthy, you don't go backwards. You go forward. Why? How can you go backwards? There's no way to go backwards once you know the truth. That's why the truth sets you free. The truth will set you free.